Good evening all, and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2, and this is Matchday 4. What a start to the season it has been, and what a round of fixtures we've got for you tonight. I am joined for the first time this season, and about the 70th time overall, by Fortuna Deflection Manager Quinton Fortuna. Good evening, Quinton.
Good evening, yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, and a special match, of course, tonight, as your team on 6 points, as we'll see, face my team on 6 points. Confident?
No, not really. I think you've got a good team, but it should be an interesting match, hopefully. Should the rest of them look at the fixture list?
Yes, indeed. And as we wait for a few more people to join us on the chat rather than zero. Oh, Dimble's here. Good evening, Dimble. Welcome.
Evening.
And I did think he was coming on. He had just retweeted us, but he says there's no viewers. Anyway, and Tato's here as well. Good evening.
Oh, he's talking to you.
Yeah, that's. How did you know about my defect? Anyway, look at the table, and we see Sprungfelt and Grove have set the early pace. They're playing each other tonight, so one of those records will go. But also, CSCP Boston can be counted in that group, having conceded 1 goal and also having maximum points. So at the end of the round, they could be top. But there's a great round of games up there. We mentioned ourselves there, 4th and 6th on 6 points, but Danglies are in between us, and that sounds wrong. It's 7th. We have got, in 7th, we've got Aussie's Dream FC, and in 8th, we've got Flamingos, and there is Fifey. He's in a very dark home gym. It sounds a bit creepy.
I'm just imagining that full of bondage equipment. That sounds very dark, doesn't it?
It's in his basement with with lots of cats on the wall. And 9th, Badgers, Tato's own side there. And in 10th, we've got Pelham, and that's Dimble's team. So look at that. These guys are all here. We have got Mike Savage in on the chat there, Sprungfelt manager in the lead there. And David Kavasta is back tonight, and he says that the fixtures look tasty. Wasn't he last week saying that things were not looking great about this division?
Yeah, something along them lines, wasn't it? About Division 1 being better. I'm just reading Dimble's comment. That's got me there, and it's that it's Mega Horse actually has a vagina. That's the that one.
Well, no denial or confirmation in that way. Then we go down to 11th. A sky high position there for Steve, isn't it, with his Sporting Clube Divisionale in that position there. Blues in 12th. We'll have a look at their team later on for tonight. Gondor and the Fred West Pacific down there at the bottom of the table. The Pacific side having not scored and conceded 10. If you hadn't scored after 3 matches, would you be concerned?
Without a shadow of doubt.
Hey.
It's not looking good for Steve either, is it? With his original team, there's plenty of attacking talent in that squad, and Red West Pacific have a lovely concept. So I wouldn't be concerned at this stage. It's early days; so they'll soon unite and go on the attack. You would think.
Yeah, indeed. It's Steve's confident about this round of games, I think. Smuts is in. Good evening, Smuts. Aussie's Dream. Hopefully getting Aussie Idealist to join us on the chat later this season. We get confirmation on Quinton being a Tory. That is purely based on the name Quinton. That's
I wasn't aware this was whether we needed a confirmation or that. I wasn't aware this was a rumour out there, and it's absolutely not. No, I have no alliance to anything at all.
Not even Fortuna
stuff. Anything. Yeah, Fortuna, I'm not bothered. I've made them score 4 and against 2, but other than that, it's
Fortuna.
No alliances with anything.
That's where you've got. So anyway, into the quick showing of the results, but they've been on screen for you. I think yes, everything's set up wonderfully on the. I think so. That's all good. And the fixtures for tonight: the Badgers versus Doriginale, Tato and Steve. Well, Tato did a good impression of Steve. Actually, it wasn't an impression, was it? Steve was actually there on the comic relief thing. Blues and Red West Pacific, a basement battle. And then, do you see anything other than Boston victory over Gondor?
Yeah, Gondor could spring a surprise. They've got a well put together squad by the community, and yeah, Boston are a very good team, aren't they? So that you would think that they should win, but I wouldn't put it past Gondor. They're full of surprises.
Indeed, tonight is certainly a surprise from them. Uh, David stands by any comments from while being high as a kite, going into surgery. Hope everything went well. And then what else we got? We got Danglies versus Aussie's Dream. That's all about the Danglies link there, I suppose. Flamingos and Pelham. That's going to be a big one there between Fifey and Dimble. And then we've mentioned the two games at the bottom there, including Grove versus Sprungfell. Let's get started. The two games at the bottom will be left for the last two, and we'll see what else we get to. It is going to be Danglies versus Aussie's Dream. And last time Danglies played, they beat Pelham 3-1. They've had a great start to the season. Smuts questioning the type of surgery there, I believe. Very nice. The Danglies side for tonight, just a couple of changes. In fact, is it just we got a change up front as Paolo Di Canio comes in, and we're also missing one of the central midfielders, so Paul Merson starts.
Yeah, I like the look of the Danglish squad. Obviously, the concept's very strong, isn't it? Which is nice. It's a little bit lopsided at the back, but it's been doing them the business so far, hasn't it? The team they've put out. I'm not sure what I make of Di Canio on the game, so hopefully he'll have a good game and prove me wrong. But I've never seen him perform really well, and obviously his one appearance so far didn't go quite so well.
Almost as many tackles as his rating there. Greavesy's here. Good evening, and Savage waiting through till. Well, you got to be put through waiting till last, or at least second last for tonight, because you got
Save the best till last, isn't the phrase?
Oh, did he post with Croft at left back? Have I left Colo Torre? So that would probably be my thing there. So I'm quite happy to check that and get that right, because that's what you're supposed to do, isn't it? You're supposed to get things right. So I will check that.
It would be nice.
Yeah, it'll be messages coming to me in all sorts of different places. I usually just check the old what's it called? Direct messages on Twitter, but they're somewhere else this week.
Yeah, Croft is at left back. Yeah, good call that.
Is he there? Right, yeah, Croft at left back. I'll just swap that. And so is that Torre not on the bench then? Completely. I don't think so.
I've only got the starting lineup.
Well, it's a good start for tonight, isn't it? Me making a mistake there, but just trying to find where the Danglies team was. There's been a lot of different messages going through this week. So what a great start from me. There we are. Yeah, it's Croft. There's no Torre on the bench. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Right.
Yeah, well spotted.
Very good. Very, very good. And Aussie's Dream, I believe the team is right here because it's gone back to its first day starting lineup after last time losing it to Grove, but two players have come back into the team. We've got Kaka and Gomeni both in there. What do you make of that one?
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be working, some of these players, should they, in terms of how they're performing? I mean, Renson is not very strong in terms of attributes in goal.
No.
But he's doing all right, 775 average rating, and obviously it's a classic formation, isn't it, the 4-1-3-2? But it's nice to see some different names, isn't it? That's the main thing about it. I mean, there's a couple of familiar names at the back, Radoy particularly, and Lecky's obviously very talented in some games, but there's some excellent players in here, and obviously Chewy up front is a danger man.
Indeed. Good evening, Stu. You've not missed anything so far other than me getting a team wrong, and we're ready to kick off the first match. So much imagination on the team there. It's not two at the back, and that's what Smuts likes. He really likes not two at the back. That's what he likes. Predictions?
I'm going to go for, I think, 2-1 Danglies this one.
2-1 Danglies. And we'll kick off, and obviously, what we're going to say, if you put your predictions in just while you watch the second team, then I can get them done, and we can kick off a little bit faster. So, here we are with the game. It's begun, and it's that man beating people again. He nearly gets the first goal, and then we're in 12 minutes into this one. switch to two at the back. You will not switch to two at the back because you can't. And 25 minutes. What a thriller this has been so far. It's a good job it's on early, and people are not quite all in here yet. But we're 35 minutes in. Savage going for 3-1. Smuts suggesting that everyone should say he should lose, but there he is with Steve Brookstein with the opening goal. That's a classic there. Against all odds, they are in the lead at half time, are they? Yes, indeed. What do you make of that one?
Yeah, it's been drab, hasn't it? I mean, what one shot, one on target, one goal for Aussie's dream, and Danglish have had the run of play, but
Absolutely smashing them.
they've not really looked like scoring though. To be fair, Renson's on an 8, so he's performing well again. But yeah, it's little worried about a couple of the fitness. Ngameni and Kikara a little bit lacking in fitness out there, so hopefully they can hold on and aren't injured. But it's good first half for Aussie's dream, despite not playing well either team.
And for Danglish, yeah, Mike, I think looking at the stats rather than the obvious Smuts running joke of using a Shane Ward song on there. And for Danglish, I mean, they've not played too badly either. Obviously, lots and lots of shots, but Renson on form.
Yeah, they've got the better ratings out there too, haven't they? As you'd expect in attacking areas. I think my highlight of the first half was you refusing to use Ryan Giggs' name just for beating a couple of people, whereas you'd quite happily say Marcus Alonso or Patrick Kluivert.
Yeah, but I mean, and I'll keep up with the habit. It's all right. Yeah, we can mention all these players on Danglish, other than he'll probably put out some injunction if we use his name. So there we are. Smuts doesn't seem to have any subs planned at the moment. I did go to his team in the hope that he might pick subs, or at least say no subs. So, would you do any changes if you were managing either side?
Not at this point, I don't think. Danglers are having the best performance, aren't they? Just haven't got it in the back of the net yet. And Aussie's dream, despite not playing really well, the one in front, so I'd probably leave it till 60, but they'll soon lose 4-1 in the second half. Is that fair
Waiting on
now,
going
fair
to your
prediction?
tactics. We looked at your team. We don't go to your tactics. We just look at that, and then you tell us about your tactics. Not hard. You know the drill. Jim's here. Good evening, Jim. And Fifey suggesting early contender for manager of the year, but not early contender for looking at your team of the year. Yeah,
It's a bold call to go with Smuts for manager of the year at this point when Sprungfelder sat happily at the top of the table, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't need to go into a team's tactics because that wastes time. Not bothered. Wonderful. 60 minutes. Let's push on. And chances on Shui with a chance coming close to making it 2-0. And there it is, Lee Hughes equalising. I can mention his name, it's fine. And then chances for other players. It's nearly 60 minutes, and we will go through to Aussie's dream first of all at 60. And there we are. Is there going to be a goal just before that time? No, Lee Hughes has missed. Now we go to your tactics at 60 minutes. And we'll take a look at your conditions, and that's where we're up to. Kaka now down at 82. Shui with a potential knee injury, 84. Playing alright, aren't they?
Yeah, it's not bad. The individual ratings aren't brilliant for them, but to be 1-1 at this point against a team who are a couple of places above in the league is a decent effort, and it still could go either way at this point.
Yes, either way. I mean, that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for a game that will go either way, rather than just playing out a draw. And we've got Tando coming off for Mads. That's going to happen there. Chewy will limp on. There was just one sub mentioned there, wasn't there? It's not like a Mike Savage, I've made a sub and only I can see it.
Yeah, hopefully not. I can't see any other words either, and it is on live chat, so it's just the one for the moment.
Absolutely
And
bizarre
obviously
last week, wasn't it?
Stu commented on Lee Hughes making a killing in that team, which is fair enough, isn't it?
There will be quite a few people in the squad who might be able to do that sort of thing. And for Danglies, we'll just have a quick check of how they're getting on. I've done 3 subs, 3 subs this season. Jermaine Pennant struggling through, but I don't see. I am just going to check and see if there are any things here. There's no instructions I can see otherwise, so we're all good. No subs. So half an hour to go. Will we get a second goal for either team? Chances Paul Merson it was nearly put it in, but Renson still playing well. Turned down a penalty then, the referee suggesting of bringing Shi on for and it's Paolo Di Canio, he's on a 9. And he's scored. He's put them in the lead. What a turnaround it is for Di Canio. To me, Di Canio can play very well. He played very well at West Ham on my old Prem Pie, which I do need to restart the other one because I keep forgetting to do that. Anyway, it's almost game over, and it is game over at 2-1 to the Danglies.
Yeah, good result that for Dangley. It should have predicted a 2-1, shouldn't they? But yeah, they deserved it on the balance of play, didn't they? 11 shots to 2, and Aussie Dream held them out as long as they could. But that Dangley was just the better performers, particularly in forward areas. And Di Canio's done the business. I think he was questioned by the co-commentator before the game, but he's done well, and yeah, 9 for Tofting even. So even in defensive areas, they were on top by the looks of it.
Stick Tofting is having an excellent season so far. His average rating is pushing towards an 8 at this point. I mean, that's not bad at all, is it? Yeah, man of the match was given, and then we got DeCanio and Hughes on 8, 9, and 8 respectively. Very solid performance for the Danglies, who move up level on points with the top 3. Aussie's dream. Well, I think the tackle stats probably give it away.
Yeah, there's lots of tackles going in, and only one success for is it 6 of them in a row with only one, which is poor, isn't it? Renton saved the team with an 8, but to have all your outfield players on 6s and 7s is it just shows you don't really deserve to win the game. But they'll come back. They're not
They
they're
will
not a
come
bad
back,
squad, and
yeah. Good
I
squad.
think it'll be a mid-table team. It's difficult to play Danglish because I mean they've obviously got misgivings within the squad, but there's a lot of talent in there as well. So Danglish did deserve to win.
Mike referring to it being 23% of tackles won. That's pretty horrendous, isn't it? But that team, Aussie's Dream, expected at the start of the season to finish last and still doing well, last or second last, and they're doing pretty well so far. So still credit to Smokes, but well done, Wooder. Game 2 sees us going to the People's Army of the Red West Pacific visiting Dublin Blues. Let's hope they all receive their visas in time to enter the EU. Do you ever need a visa to enter the EU? Yeah, you probably do, don't you? Let's have a little look at their team for today. Defensive.
Yeah, it is defensive, isn't it? But there's some good forward runs, which should be interesting to see how they get on. Nice to see Yu Sang Chul get a run out of midfield, see if he can do any better than what they've had so far. But there are some good names in this team. I don't just mean literally, but in terms of performances, there's some decent players in there. It just needs a bit more going forward. So to have no goals and 10 conceded after this game isn't brilliant. But partly the reason is because it's quite a defensive setup. So hopefully these forward runs will help them get a couple more chances this time.
Yeah, it would be good, wouldn't it? And obviously, Nanami and Fanji. Nanami probably one of the most talented players in the squad, and Fanji, a legend of Championship manager. So great to see those two alongside each other there.
It'd be nice to see him go up front a little bit later on, Fanji. He was quality there, wasn't he? And obviously, the number 14 on the bench is a dangerous man as well to have on the bench to bring on later.
see if they do bring him on at some point. And with the suspensions of Batterinu and West, and no team submitted this week, Blues go in with Miller and Clint Hill as their centre backs. Hill stepping off the bench, and Miller being the other available centre back, and David Prutton automatically steps into the position there. So other than that, the team remains as it is.
Yeah, not submitting the team's difficult one, isn't it? Because it's when there's changes like that. I mean, they wouldn't be my first choice replacements possibly in there, but obviously it's the way it is when you don't submit your team. And putting on the bench looks like a big miss to me because he can be a very good player, but Walker, Welland, Scally's an excellent 3. The front 3 are very good too, and obviously Duff at fullback and Day in goal. They're a real strong outfit, these Blues teams, so they shouldn't be where they are in the league. I can see him doing quite well here today, and hopefully this will be the start of something to come for the season.
Yeah, we shall see. Red West Pacific up against these is going to be an interesting one. And yeah, Wooder, you have been on. You have just missed it. I won't give it away. Someone else might do, but you
Yes,
can skip back to that.
yeah.
But yeah, there are
Sorry
no
to hear
other
about your
centre
loss.
backs. There are no other centre backs in the squad, so it had to be those two. Prutton is there, but obviously Miller is more of a proper defender, so steps in. What's happened? Oh, you don't want to know. Per Olaf Stahl refereeing this one. Predictions.
I'm going to say 4-1 Blues this game. I think
So
they're going
Red
to
West to
start to put a
score.
run together.
And Jim going 2-2. That'd be amazing if they could score 2 goals this season. Fantastic. Let's get started. Here we are at Croke Park. It's been a slower start, but then Blues coming forward. And a free kick, I think it must have been from Justin Walker, has gone in there. 1-0. Wooder can go. 3-0 Blues says Stu, and it's 1-0 as it is so far. They're performing very well. Nothing going on for Red West. They're all on sixes so far. A few sevens picking up for Blues as it stands. Chance, another chance again. And Kawaguchi deserves to go on to the seven. He's made a few saves so far. We've had Walker with another one, wasn't it, with the shot that came in. Nunez was close, but it's still 1-0 as it stands. And it's very much Blues attacking, but Red West have had a chance coming forward. Nakazawa up to a 7. And the first half performance so far belonging to Walker and Duff. Can they make it 2 before half time? Yes, they can. It's Barry Miller, and he scores as he comes and fills in the space for today. 2-0 at half time. And is that exactly the same as Dangley's versus Aussie's Dream at half time?
Yeah, pretty much, I think.
Nice
Yeah,
shot, 6 on
it
target.
looks right. Yeah, no, and 1-1 for the others. The only difference is Fred West haven't scored, have they? But like you say, it's only 2 outfield players and an 8 for Blues, and everyone else is at 6 and 7s again all around. So again, it's been pretty poor in terms of performances individually so far.
There we are. And look at this. We've got. It's not the greatest first half, is it? I think she may well be coming on before too
Well,
long.
credit to Lee Min Sung because he's done well. 5 out of 5 tackles, 3 of them key, won both his headers, and he's not passing it too badly. So to only have a 7 is, I suppose, at 2-0, it's not really unfair, but he's doing all right. He's at least can hold his head high at half time.
Yes, he can. Nakazawa, not quite sure what exactly is going on for him to get up to a 7. Anyway, on Blues, Blues will be no planned subs for this game as there was no team, so otherwise we will see just how they get on. They're doing all right.
Yeah, they are. Again, Walker and Duff play well, but no one else is really standing out. I mean, Nunez to have only made 7 passes up top. It shows they've not had too much of the ball to the main man. And I mean, Miller's only completed 6 passes, but he's at least scored. And I mean, he's not exactly been throwing the tackles in either, so he's not had a lot to do at his
What
end.
has he
But
done?
you would expect with them being 2-0 up to for Paulo Nunez to have been a little bit more involved than he has been.
Yes, you could say that. We don't seem to have Duggan in the chat at the moment. Hopefully, if it gets to 60, we may see a substitute going.
You can hear the fans baying for Chi, can't you? They
Yes,
really want him on.
loads of people wanting She to come on. So that's the hope, isn't it? It's a penalty, and Kiko makes it 2-0. Kawaguchi, I think, gave that one away.
He makes it 3, doesn't he?
3-0, absolutely 3-0. Yeah, it was 2-0 at half time, and for the Red West, it's not been going quite so well. But Yu Sang Chul is down to 80. If he's injured, I think a substitute needs calling.
Yeah, and Yoon Jong Hwan's on 80 as well, isn't he? So I'd get Chi on. It's the time, isn't it?
He is here, just not bothered. Now Yoon isn't injured. He's just tired. But bringing on Yu Sang Chul, bringing on She. We'll hold it for a few seconds. Would you swap Fan and She?
Yeah, I think Fan's more of centre mid, isn't he, rather than
and She is a defensive mid. So that would go.
Yeah, that seems to make sense.
Nanami also carrying a shin injury, but I think would you do the sub or would you leave him on because he's actually pretty good? I mean, it's 3-0 as it stands anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd probably leave him on at this point. You've taken one of them off, haven't you? And the rest of them aren't really like for like replacements on the bench there.
There are none who could just join in that position other than Lee Young Pure going into defensive mid and Wu coming out the back maybe. Yeah, I think we'll make that one change. I don't think he's there.
It's what the people want, isn't it? It is what the people want.
Yeah, let's go
And
for
it's
that.
the people's army after all.
We'll kick off the rest of the match. See, we're going 3-0 as it stands. Blues dominating this one, but a chance for Red West to come back into it. Can they get their first goal of the season? That's what they're aiming for here. In match number 4, it sounds very Crystal Palace, doesn't it? It's 4-0 to Blues. It's the old De Boer Crystal Palace style, isn't it? No goals after 4 games.
Yeah, sounds right. No points, definitely.
No
But
points.
they've got a goal tonight, haven't they?
Scally coming off injured. Instant sub there is Rihalati. That will be done.
Crutton's been robbed, hasn't he?
Prutton wasn't on the bench before this game, so he's not going to come on. A great workout track. We should try and do the commentary to some kind of irregular rhythm that is impossible to do any kind of workout to.
You are wearing your outfit from the Call on Me video, though, aren't you? And doing your lunges as you
but with my Mega Horse shirt on over the top. That will be.
Yeah, just your shirt on, but nothing on the bottom half.
Yeah, it's a Danglies, isn't it? 11 shots out of 16 on target, and Red West managed one off-target attempt in the second half. It was at least the tackling was up at 50%.
Yeah, I mean that's some consolation. They weren't quite as bad as Oz's Dream in the first game, but that's the problem. I think Red West Pacific need to go a little bit more attacking potentially, even just one more man up there, just to create something a bit different. Because one shot on target's not gonna win them the game when the opposition have 11 on target.
Nope. A quick look at Blues, and we see we've got Miller on an 8, Duff getting a 9. Didn't get an assist, just managed to play fairly well all round. And then 9s for Nunes, man of the match. Who did sort of liven up a bit in the second half. I thought Richie Wellens, to be honest, was a better player though, and Kiko did well.
Yeah, I think Wellens he lost 4 headers, didn't he? So that's probably gone against him in some forms. But like you say, Nunes stepped up second half. All the forward players have done well, and Walker had stood out from the start, even with his good goal and a couple of other good efforts too.
Very well played. Fifey and his high vis lycra. It does help the image, thank you. So 2 5s in the starting lineup there. She coming on getting a 6, so certainly didn't disgrace himself. And Lee Min Sun was as good as possible during that match.
Yeah, well, that's it. He's stood out in terms of tackles and the rest of his performance, hasn't he? But the rest of just haven't really. Nanami, I suppose 4 out of 6, 3 of them key. But yeah, the rest haven't really got stuck in too much. So slight change needed, bit more attacking hopefully, and it'd be nice to see him get a goal, wouldn't it? Pick up a few points here and there because it's an excellent concept, and they've obviously got the people's backing.
Indeed. Veron keeps a Justin Walker photo by his bed, says Stu. Yeah, correct. I believe he does. And for Boston, who are joint top of the league now, there's 4 teams up there, but then one of the teams on 100% record, going to the game against Gondor with a few changes to the starting lineup. We see Luiso's in there, Scarchili, and who else is it? Bonomi have come into the starting lineup.
Yeah, it's a nice team, isn't it? Nice colours, nice team, plenty of good players in there. Something a bit different to what we've seen before in the Swemp League. It's nice to see a familiar face in goal who's doing well so far. And there's a mixture of star quality like Montella with some people who are lesser known, like Luiso, for example, or Scarchili. So it's an excellent mix, and they're doing well so far. And they'll be hoping they can continue that through the season.
2 players making their league debuts there that you've mentioned as well. And then you go into the matchup against Gondor, who, have gone defensive.
I thought he was taking the mick when he put that picture in there. I mean, it would be nice to see a couple of forward runs because it's it's different, isn't it? But it's nice to see Johnson's back in because he'd been criminally dropped last game after did he get a goal and assist on his first start? Did a goal and man of the match on his first start. So it's interesting. I mean, there's some good players in there. is a good forward player. Gardner's got plenty of pace. Lalatovic and Vokalos are good, decent. So it's an interesting lineup they've gone for, and whether they can weather the storm and put an attack in, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see.
And
See how they
certainly,
get on.
this is done completely with Greavesy in mind. This
Predictions should be interesting for this one, shouldn't
yeah,
they? Because
let's have them. Let's have these
is
predictions.
anyone going to guess at a goal? It's I'm gonna suggest 2-1 to Boston. I think Gondor might get
2-1.
a break from a corner maybe, and they might send a few of the big men up.
We shall see 2-1. There's lots of appreciation for the team, and we shall see how it gets on. But I mean, if a team's looking to play out for a draw at any point, is this the way forward? Something nil says Dimble. Tato going 1-0 Boston. Savage and Fifey going 0-0. And David going 1-0 Gondor.
I
Well,
like the name of the stadium as well. Kudos to the name of the stadium. That's a
no, that
lovely
was
name, isn't it?
because, yes, I decided that as he hadn't named his stadium, I would name the stadium for him.
Oh, there you go. Well played, Mega Horse. Well done.
Well, yeah, and obviously people will know exactly what the name is about. -1 from Savage. And if I could change his mind, 1 from a set piece. One set piece calling 2 goals. That'd be great. Referee for this one, Martin Ingvarsson. So it kicks off, and it seems the commentary is slower than usual. Let's speed it up a bit. And we are seeing a lot of action, aren't we? Going forward, Montana with a chance. It's saved. Neville Southall is in goal. I think Shea Hess would have been my choice in this one, but Southall started off okay. Barron is injured, by the way. Emil Barron, the goalkeeper, he's out for this one. And it's 0-0 so far. Lots and lots of chances coming in. And here it is. It's 1-0. Scargilli scores the opening one for this game. And really, you would imagine there's no way back. And it's 2-0 and Zowli has scored. Maybe 10 at the back doesn't quite defend as well as you'd expect. 38 minutes into it. 2-0. Oh, there was something on the right wing for Gondor. I mean, that was as far forward as they've probably got so far. Half time. Yet every single player on Gondor there's not one of them that's better than any of the Boston players.
We've got
so
six fives, haven't we? Which is,
yeah.
I suppose the drawback of a formation like this is that literally everyone's out of position, aren't they? Other than Barron can potentially play left back where he is, but other than that, pretty much everyone else is out of position. Maybe Parmadou Carr's another, but you've got defensive mids in defence, and you've got defenders in sweeper.
Some of the actual sweepers are not playing.
Right, well that's an interesting choice, but I mean it was a bold approach to it, but perhaps maybe just the backwards arrows were needed rather than the blocking out the defence, because it's not really working for going forward with no shots at this point.
Definitely worth keeping an eye on Sandro Cois' passing in the second half. 45 completed in the first half. Could get one of the highest Swemp totals so far. When Matarossi gets the ball and looks up, the Gondor captain calls for the archers. Do you mean the radio programme or just like Robin Hood and his men? It'd be interesting if you meant the radio one. Maybe he's a big fan. Went from when he was in England, of course. That'll be where he got to know the archers. Samuel Johnson has at least made double-figure number of passes. He's still on 5.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I think he's playing centre back, isn't he? So centre of the back three. So it's interesting to see how he's had most of the ball. I mean, Vokalos he's a central sweeper, I think, isn't he? With just the one pass, not a tackle, no headers, nothing. So he's doing very little. So there's an interesting difference between the two of those.
He's made 2 interceptions.
Yeah, there you go. So it's and the worst thing about it, he's got a 6, and yet 6 of the team are on 5s.
Wow, yeah, that's certainly something going on. I haven't seen any suggestions of sort. I mean, did Greasy disappear after saying hello? I don't know. I can't see anything going on for quite some time. If there isn't anything, we'll head on to 60. As it is, let's give it another 10 seconds. And really, yeah, I mean, what we can see is Boston scoring more. Something nil is the prediction that is currently the closest, is it? Or has someone else gone for a 2-0 there? I can't remember what it was. Your 2-1 could still happen, of course.
No, let's rule that out at this point. I think that was ambitious looking based on the first half.
And the second half kicks off, and it's sure Greavesy is fine. Well, I'm sure he's fine as well, but does he want to make subs? There's a question. Zowley with a chance to make it 3 and didn't happen. Scarchilli again, Neville Southall making another save, still on a 6. Big Nev subs. Well, the game doesn't want to stop. There we are. We do reach the sub time. We'll just check see if there's anyone that is struggling. I mean, Cois there at 69%. Now he has submitted a team. We do make automatic subs, don't we?
But how's his passing doing? He could go for the record here. That's what you were concerned about. Torricelli's not looking too well either, is he? So yeah, I'd probably sacrifice those two at this stage.
Any chance of moving speed from slow to medium? We're playing on fast, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any slower than usual.
I can't put it on very fast because if I played to the end of this game, it'd probably take about 4 seconds. Anyway, so
he obviously wants a harder workout, doesn't he? That's what it is.
Yeah, Posma could help out with suggestions from that one. So Cois will come off, and that'll be Firmani in that position, I imagine. Yeah, in that one. And you take Torricelli off for Manighetti.
Yeah, I think Savage called for Spaghetti, didn't he, to come on? So that'll hopefully help that one.
That must be what it is. Yeah, we'll make those changes there. And for Gondor,
Johnson's not having the right time at centre back, is he? He's definitely not a centre back.
But yes, we'll just remove the 4 there of Johnson, and then head on to.
I mean, they're all strikers, or Shea Hess, which is probably the best suited to that position.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's do that. I'm going to go through to the end of the game. I just have to leave for a second, but you can commentate for this game. Thank you very much, Quinton. Off we go.
Oh, you're absolutely welcome. So hopefully it's going to be an absolute thriller. There we go. Montella makes it 3-0 to Boston. It's that's a lot of the predictions out, other than the something nil that we had before. It's not been a great tactic from Gondor. But yeah, 10 for Scarchilli. Boston are playing really well. I saw Gondor starting to come forward, got a little bit excited, but unfortunately it's just fizzling out a little bit now, and 3-0 to Boston at the end of the game. Some excellent performances from the Boston players. Unfortunately, I can't click on any of these things, so I can't get it going anymore, Fifey. So you are stuck with your 22% torchlight. But Gondor, it was an excellent try in the tactics. Didn't quite work out. Some players can hold the heads up high at the end of the game, with Southall with his 8, Carr and Bango on 6s. Batata, I've no idea how he's managed to do that, but he's got a 7 as an outfielder. And Vokalos, hopefully he's made a couple more passes in the second half. Interesting to see Shea Hess come off the bench there as the sub goalkeeper to get a 6 as well. So Samuel Johnson's absolutely disgraced himself with that 4. But yeah, plenty of 8s on the Boston team. Some early subs for Cois and Torricelli will hopefully help them as well. But I don't think we expected anything less, did we? Once the team news was in, it's a really interesting one that we've got in there. Ideal. A bit of a gift to the Boston form, absolutely. Yeah, it's. I mean, they had shown some early season pace, but to sacrifice your team like that for one game is probably a little bit early yet. They've not been absolutely flattening the team. They did beat my Fortuna team last time out, so that was a good result for those guys. But yeah, it just shows, doesn't it, that the Gondor tactic was a little bit unusual, and here is the man himself, Swan. Yeah, it was bad timing, that Swan, but there's a lot of love for your tactics above.
3-0. Interesting
Didn't quite
stuff.
work out as intended, I don't think. There, it's, could have certainly been a lot better.
So I'll skip it onto the next game. I've just got a poorly daughter at the moment, so I'm just sorting her out. But 3-0 it was, going to Badgers versus Divisionale, and talk through. Can it work? Is the question. there as to whether that can happen. Quinton, do you have any control of the screen?
I maybe have some control of the screen. No, I don't
No.
have any control of the screen. That's not happening.
No, it doesn't work on this at the moment on this computer. Anyway, so looking at that, talk through that one for a second. In fact, let's just get to the game and I can play it. So anyway, this is looking a good team. What's your predictions for this game, people, when you see both sides? Tato, we'll go back to look at the teams another time. Apologies for where we're up to. And Sports Sheet Club Divisionale, teams looking quite similar on the old setups there. And you can commentate on the first half predictions from everyone. What about you, Quinton?
Well, I've not really seen the lineups for both teams on there. Won't paying too much attention after the hospital passing here, but I think it's probably safe. I mean, there's prediction from Jim coming with 2 goals to Steve's team, but I mean, there's already some trash talk from Mr. Right there as well. Originally, I haven't scored yet in the season, so hopefully they can pull one back. I think I've got to go Badgers, though. Again, I'm going to go for 2-1 in this one, just with the look of the starting lineups there.
Brilliant. Another hospital pass here, and the first half will kick off.
I don't get paid enough for this. Well, it's been an absolute thriller to start with. That's certainly helped in terms of the commentary. Badgers coming forward, showing the work early on. The Original not showing much going forward. And again, we've got most of the black on the screen, but here we go, Original. Oh, they had a chance there, but a good save from Priest. And again, they're coming forward, but now it's the Badgers retaliating. Oh, we've got a shout from Tate to say Original will score here, but it's Badgers who take the lead through a big Kevin Kyle. That's his first of 1,000 goals in this game for Badgers. And again, there's no one particularly impressing in the outfield other than Fermani for Badgers. So we've not shown a lot of great personal performances in this one, and Mark Tyler's having an absolute stormer in goal for the Original too. Booking for Kim Shellstrom there. And Mercera just finds a free kick off target. So it's been quite an interesting game this first half, to be fair to it. It's just normally a little bit more defensive with these two managers. They don't like to push forward. The age-old question, what's your favourite fish? Well, that's an interesting one. And apologies, Steve, for kicking while you're down. My favourite fish, I think, would be Mark. He was an excellent defender in his
Michael.
time. No, Michael his prediction was sometimes wrong, whereas Mark was always reliable, wasn't he? He'd always tell you what weather it was, as well as
the singer from Marillion. He was pretty good as well. Billy the Fish.
Yeah, Billy the Fish is a good show, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, great goalkeeper. Superb goalkeeper, Billy the Fish. Favourite carrot? Well, it's Jasper, isn't it?
Yeah,
even Josh. Jasper. I don't see you there so far. Even Josh.
Golden Balls was an excellent program, wasn't it? Bring it back. That's what I say. Laura Haddock, that's a good shout as well. Yeah,
someone from our school did all right on Golden Balls, didn't they? They ended up they conned everyone during the game.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I won't mention the name on here because
was it Jasper?
not Alwyn Jasper. No, I can mention his name. But anyway, yeah, someone from school in my year at school did that. Yeah, and I think they went and were greedy on it. Stoltz says for Kim. Let's have a look at the things here. So a quick check of Badgers. There's no real concerns. Tato will say he's happy with everyone at 91%. I'm sure he might make some changes tactically.
It's been a good half this first half, to be fair. There's a bit from both sides. And yeah, I did kick Steve's team while they were down, really. But actually, it's been some good open attacking play, some decisive subs there from Steve, which will hopefully get him back into it. But it's, Tato's team are just showing a little better going forward at the moment.
Gosh, Spice did all right.
Yeah, Josh is right with that one. That episode of Golden Balls, while the guy says he's going to steal, he's very confident with it. It's excellent television. There's also one where a woman's... I think she tells she's going to share. I think so. That's a different one, but there's some excellent bits of telly. Yeah. Oh, that's the Fifey's mentioned the woman there too. So yeah, they've commented on the 2 best episodes there is.
What he says he's going to steal what, and he actually does. even
He
tells him he's
tells
going to do
the
it.
bloke against him. I mean, I won't share it because it'll be available somewhere on the internet. You would think it's on YouTube, but he tells the man, look, whatever you do, I'm going to put in steel. You have to put share. You just got to trust me because if I take the money, I'm going to split the pot at the end. If you press steel, both of us are going home with nothing. So your only way of getting money is by pressing share and just allowing me to split with you at the end. And it's a good psychology experiment.
We'll enjoy that on the Thursday stream, which is Division One's been cancelled in favour of Golden Balls Division.
Yeah, because
We're
I mean the
actually going to
one
watch
Pivey's
Golden
mentioned with
Balls.
the woman as well. It's not as epic. It is very good though. He's right. That's the next best one. But that piece of psychology by the man is excellent. Excellent watching. But the woman one is very good too.
I can't see any
Absolute shocking
suggestions of
twist.
subs for Tato. Nope. So we're okay, aren't we?
Play until
So,
60 for
oh
badges. Yeah,
yes,
that's
yes,
what we had.
indeed.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. That's why there weren't any subs.
you got into your carrot debate, I think, too much, and
I was too much
golden
enjoying
balls.
Golden Balls, yeah, and thinking about the really weird game that it was. But it was pretty good, wasn't it? It was much better than Tipping Point.
I think it was only on for a couple of years. That's the surprising thing. Golden balls. I'm sure it was something like I don't know, 2007 to 2009 or something. I'm going to
Are
Google
you
it
on
now because.
Wikipedia?
No, I'm about to go on it now, but I did have a question put to me the other day about it. So obviously
Yeah.
it's a hot topic in my house.
Well, there's lots of sevens and a run of 3/8s there. Sebastian Firmani and Rayad.
It was 2007 to 2009, so that was well remembered from
Josh thought
yesterday. It was, and
Jasper
there's
Carrot was a
289 episodes.
Saw. 289.
Yeah,
Wow.
was the bloke from Saw excellent? Yeah, I mean he does look similar, to be fair, particularly when he comes on his trike at the start of the program.
I've not seen Saw to comment on it.
Yes, sorry, Mega Horse Cries at Scary Movies.
Don't watch films. We had this last week. There's just a quick look at Steve there. Estai is okay. And we'll head up back to Badgers.
Oh,
Collins
that's a bold
Thursday.
sub. That's what I like. There's been two occasions of very decisive substitutes from the manager in this one. And it's excellent work from both of them. So hopefully things will liven up as well for the last half hour.
There we are. Lee Young Pyo getting on there.
I think that's Fife's torchlight, isn't it? The 14%.
Well, just charge it up. Divisionale is Steve making a change. He hasn't said anything since there, has he? Or as it is, we are doing well. There we go. Deal or no deal, making Dibble missing lectures, and it's a goal for Carlos Jacks, making it 2-0 as it stands. And Tato's Badgers. It's a goal! It's
Oh,
a
there we
goal
go.
for
A goal.
Divisionale, Andrew Martin.
Unbelievable. The fans are going wild.
Wow, they're absolutely Kevin Kyle. Oh, it was almost Andrew Martin with another one disallowed. Crazy stuff. And then ZZ Roberts coming off the bench. Smuts will say something about ZZ Top, and it's 3-1. What a great time it's been since the subs for game action. What's it been? The ball's been in it 4 times since the subs.
I can't count that high. It's too many for my liking. But excellent performance from Carlos Jacks. Great result for the Badgers, and there's some sign to hope for the original as well, because there was good performance from Martin coming off the bench there, and Zagara did well too, and Duff and Tyler had a good performance, so plenty of positive signs for them too.
Very good. Stu likening me to Michael Owen. Well, it's the
It's being boring
similarities.
commentary as well, isn't it? Yeah. But in fairness to Michael Owen, I think he's seen 7 films, hasn't he? So he's, he's 7 ahead of you.
I mean, yeah, but I've seen all 4 Toy Stories. I've actually seen 3.5 Toy Stories. The 4th one bored me. It's all about marketing a spoon, wasn't it? So, what was it? Or Spork, whatever it was. It's so boring. But the first and the third ones are the best ones. 2 great films. Senna's good. Senna's a great film. Control, mentioned these before. Superb films. And that's about it. Anyway, look at that. Badgers, shots, plenty of shots. Is that the highest total today of shots on target?
Yeah, I think we had 11 in another one, didn't we? I'm not sure we've had 12. I could be wrong.
What time am I getting you on? Got the baby feed at 10. Thursday, Josh. Thursday. Division 2 is tonight. Division 1 is Thursday. But
Hey, come
anyway,
on,
thanks for
horse.
being here.
Hurry up. You've got 20 minutes to get to
We've got
Thursday.
20 minutes to get 72 hours played. Anyway, yeah, thanks, Josh, for turning up. It's great to have you here. Really well played to Ekiog and Viali, who copied each other's tackling stats. Very interesting to see them doing that, and great for sleep. Sorry, don't be sorry. Just be glad. Very glad you're here. ZZ
Yeah, you can
Roberts.
relax and watch now.
Yeah, good sub impact from ZZ Top. David Priest getting an 8. He's doing pretty well since he's come back into goal. Probably a wise decision from the Badgers. But Division Ali did score. Andrew Martin had the ball in there twice. So all 3 of his shots were actually on target. One of them did not count. And Zagara and Mike Duff. Mike Duff's had a good day so far, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's played really well, and I'd just like to say, you've mentioned how Smuts would enjoy his ZZ Top comment, and you've made 2 already, and I'm surprised you've not done the fact about Frank Beard. So it's well done for getting
I've
2
been
2 comments
purposely mentioning ZZ Top thing lots of times. Frank Beard, yeah, what the only one in ZZ Top that didn't have a beard.
Correct. Yeah, that's the word on the street.
Is he the dead one?
I think they're all dead now because they watched one of your games.
No, they're on their last legs and now they've gone. Yeah, we are going over to Pelham. You're absolutely right. Thimble, Pelham versus Flamingos and 5
Can we get Josh's game on?
Yeah, Josh, we'll put your match on next. And we'll wait till Thursday for the rest of these. So, tactics for Pelham today. Yeah, we've had a few changes. I think I'm just going to check the arrows, all right? Then will you probably beating me to it if you say something about it.
You should have Croft in at left back.
Croft should be at left back. That's absolutely right.
It's great to see Cropper on the bench though.
Yeah, he's there.
It's sub 5. It's nice to see that for.
He is. He's got himself a squad place there. More enjoyable watching other people's games. Spot on lineup there. So yeah, Wayne Burnett in the team there. He's been having a decent season so far. What do you make of a player with obviously such a great first name?
Yeah, he's wonderful, isn't he? What a player he is. I mean, he's not got the strongest stats, has he? But he's doing all right. I think Pelham defying expectations so far. And it's interesting to see Dean Gordon at sort of that left wing back position because Dean Gordon was not a brilliant Premier League player, was he? But he was all right. He's steady way, and he's showing that so far with his 4 sevens in a row in his form guide.
And very good on 97-98 for Middlesbrough. Very good on that.
Yeah, he was good on that one, but not so much. No 102 is past his prime by then, I think.
David Nielsen taking number 22 shirt there for Pelham. I'd have been number 10 definitely, but that's not to be. And for Flamingos, they are missing Penza. He is out for today, and Massimo Ambrosini comes in and takes the centre back position for today.
Yeah, we've seen defensive midfield and centre back so far in one of the games, particularly. It didn't go quite so well for some, but Ambrosini's a little bit more talented, isn't he? And looking at what's in front of him as well, as they should have a bit more protection. Invincible on the right should provide some good support for McPhee. So though Penza's a big miss,
John Pemberton.
Chancellor Bemba's a big miss for them. I think McPhee and Invincible should. I think they might both get a goal in this one, but I think it'll be tight. I'm nearly going to say 2-2. I'm going to say 2-2 just because I started going with that. Must be my gut instinct.
I'm glad you're calling him by his real name as well, rather than living up to the reputation that he's some kind of superhero. Just looking for the squad number to be used here. I've got it in front of me, and it's for Ambrosini, isn't it? So it'll be number 5. Desmond for this one says Josh as well.
That's a popular prediction so far.
Predictiones. Yeah, we always say Invincible every time that these things come in. That is it Fraser Bremner.
The spelling there, isn't it?
Bremner number 25. 25's been taken, which is interesting because it shouldn't have been. So apologies there, whatever's happened with that one. Do you want to choose a different number 5 feet? I'm pretty sure you were here when we selected squad numbers as well. Anyway, just tell us what number you want for Bremner. 25 seems to have already gone. And you like your squad numbers. So The 24 is free, 23 is free, 26. Those numbers around there if you want to put one of those in. How did 25 go? Who did he go to?
He got retired, didn't it? Because Fraser Bremner, the original, died, and then his region's coming afterwards. It's I think Jude Bellingham had it before.
retire the Jude Bellingham Flamingo shirt before he joined the club. I'm sure I put any number. We'll give him 24.
Right, 46.
52 Brentner. I did enjoy when it went to the all 99 different squad numbers that you could choose from in certain games. It was always better in the ice hockey when you could do that before it came to Champ Manager or Football Manager. I can't remember which one it was.
I don't think ice hockey became Champ Manager, did it?
Yeah, it did, yeah. Well, they made the game, didn't they? They made East Side Hockey Manager.
Oh, very good, Dimble. Very good. Well played.
That is actually class there, yeah. Someone impersonating Bremner. I think what you all need to see if you haven't seen it before is his impression of Ainsley Harriott. It is wrong, but it's extremely funny for what the content if you ignore the absolute racism that's going on with it. Stuart Elliott has made it 1-0 for Pelham.
I'm not sure that'll still be on the internet, to be fair.
It is. I saw it just a couple of weeks back. It's still there.
Yeah, you keep uploading it, don't you? But I watched that after the 2 Golden Balls episodes that were mentioned before, and you've got yourself a night. That's practically a film for you to watch there, Horsey Boy.
A full film of 2 episodes of Golden Balls and Ainsley Harriott as Rory Bremner as Ainsley Harriott. Even half time, it's definitely looking like it's in favour of Pelham, and stats it's in favour of Pelham for performance and certainly heading the ball.
It's been a rubbish game, hasn't it? Really, I mean, the commentary, to be fair, has looked a little bit more interesting than that. I mean, we've only had 5 shots, 2 on target, but Pelham, yeah, they are just edging it in terms of the individual ratings as well. So I don't think it's undeserved to be in front at this stage. Both just Fifey's comment about his team's performance, but yeah, both teams need to step up the second half. But to be fair, we've not seen many great individual performances early on today. People have started to come better in the second half, and hopefully this is one of those games.
Yeah, let's hope it is. We've got Georgic there at 87. Is he injured? No, yes he is. He's got a nasty foot. And for Pelham, things are looking all right. Burnett not impressing too much, but he'll get to a 7, won't he?
Yeah, you'd think so. And Elliott obviously doing really well. Danny Butterfield on the right. But was it Danny Butterfield who got that hat trick for Palace that time?
Danny or Jacob? It had been Danny.
It was Danny Butterfield went up front for Palace one game, didn't he? He scored a hat trick in a really short time. I can't remember. He got a quick one, but yeah, I think Savage has just watched Rory Bremner, hasn't he?
Yeah. Q for Williams. What's happened there? So Williams to play it right back.
It's not funny in the street when you ask him to say something funny on demand. I'm not surprised. He's out at work at the time.
Say something funny, Rory.
Hey, if you watch his Ainsley Harriott, just walk around with a frying pan sometime and ask him to re-impersonate it. It'll be fine.
Move wingers narrow. And is this going to be put somebody at right back or just...
I'd have thought Kuehl would have come on for Georgic, with Georgic being slightly injured. But he's obviously going for the Harry Kuehl to cut in from right back and then run a lot further forward.
Kuehl right wing back. Yes. Well,
okay,
there.
Interesting.
There? He's going to match up with Dean Gordon on the other side.
Run to striker, forward. I think, yeah. I think that's where we're going with it, isn't it? But yeah, interesting tactics.
For an okay on that one. That'll be all right.
See, it needs a bit of a ball change in tactics because it has been a poor first half. So this could be the fuel for it. Sorry to mention
Harry Fuel. So. Yeah, arrows still, please. And so
keep the arrows still.
They were running to there, weren't they? So rather than running diagonally, they would go there. Dimble's puzzled. So
he says, "Where's the food?" I think that's what he's saying.
No, he's saying, "Welcome to Flamingos." That's what he's having. That's fine.
Yes, yeah, that's it.
And for Pelham, they said they were going to keep going, and so we will keep going. 5 sweepers on 60 minutes. No, 5 sweepers is a nightmare, isn't it? We've seen it. It's Invincible with a close chance to score into making it 1-1, but then he goes down the other end. Dean Gordon it is.
There's the
He's
big
got
man.
free of Harry Kewell, and he's made it 2-0.
I don't think that's a sentence that's ever been said, is it?
2 banks of 5 behind the halfway. Josh, you must have missed the Gondor game where they played 5 sweepers and 5 defenders and got beat 3-0.
3-0.
3-1.
Yeah,
3-0. 3-0. Yeah, it was 3-0. Yeah, good.
Yeah, don't be giving one. Did they have a shot in the end?
No, I'm not sure. I think I missed the end of that match, didn't I? Yeah, so looking over to Flamingos, condition-wise, just Georgic down there, and everyone else is not really moved. Brugink for Bojan Djordjic is happening.
Bojan's not playing. He's
Bojan Kirkic is on there. Will there be a third change? We've got
go bold. Get Richard Wright on.
Addo to put in some long range shooting from defensive mid.
I like what Fifey's done with Cambiasso, Ambrosini, and Kewell in as part of a sort of a lopsided back four. It's interesting tactics.
Yeah,
bold. I like it. That's what Swemp's about, isn't
it? So let's have a little look of this. I think that's probably it, isn't it? I will move over to Pelham anyway, and looking for.
I think Fifey's battery might have run out for his torch.
Fifey and the magic torch. All done. There he is. Poughton 84. So he with 20 stamina was quite obvious there. He's got a bit of an injury, and Elliott hasn't because he doesn't have the fitness.
Get Cropper on.
They're doing okay ratings wise. It's just Zhang Enhua who is on the lower rating.
Butterfield putting a stormy performance. So not just Mike Duff, but all the right backs tonight are doing very well.
Yeah. You're playing one, aren't you? I'm not.
I'm playing a right wing back.
All right, okay. And
I was going to change for this game as well, and I completely forgot to. I just said do the same team, so we'll have to stick with the same team for now.
Mendonca for handy job, and to go for 2 DMs, please. Well, so handy side to the back, is it? Handy side centre back. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Good. That was me talking to myself. Appleton, is he more the right side of the two? Would you suggest? Appleton, right? DMRC,
right-footed,
and Warner. Warner's right only, but he's a right side. And level up Forrester central. Houghton for Brian Hughes. It's very compact, that, isn't it? It looks solid.
It's not the most compact team we've seen.
No,
but yeah, it looks like a solid base, and obviously Dean Gordon providing the attacking threat. Butterfield doing well too. So yeah, I think they could still have a couple of shots in the remaining time.
I think that must be right there. If he wants to, spot on, lovely. Half an hour left of this game. Look at this, it's not even 10 o'clock and we only have one match to go. Usually we would be...
We've got 2, haven't we?
Just hours after this, isn't it?
There's first versus second, isn't there?
Oh, of course, you're absolutely right.
Just a big one.
Look at this, Flamingos have pulled 2 back. It's Brugink and Eto. It's 2-2, and Michael Appleton coming off there from the All Saints. Yeah, I was thinking it was one match because it's just one we were waiting for. No. 2 actually. Well, actually, we're doing pretty good anyway. 5-10 doing this as well. It's a great speed for tonight compared with usual. So Appleton, I mean, you'd imagine Burnett further back, would you? And either of the two could come on. Nielsen.
Oh,
and
here's
2
Cropper.
up top.
Yes, good. That's it, Dimble. We need to go for goals, don't we? So Cropper's coming on for Appleton.
Nielsen's a right-sided forward, isn't he? So he will definitely.
Yeah, he carries his bag on the right, I think. So it's probably a good idea.
There he is, Appleton, injured there. I am definitely a David Nielsen fan, and he played very, very well for my Wimbledon team when I guided them successfully to 7th. He's put a shot horribly wide, but he is looking lively. Forrest has missed. Yeah. And full time, 2-2, Appleton man of the match. Didn't even get standing ovation because he was laying down when he went off the pitch. Everyone did a stretcher ovation for him. They pretended to lay down on the floor. What am I talking about? It's quite an even game in the end. Five-piece side, more shots, and that was really about it.
Yeah, we. I mean, I think we had a couple of 2-all predictions, so I think it's a fair result on
Including
there.
your own, was it?
Yeah, I believe so. I've just my screen's just started to flicker black, so I'm going to try and get a picture on from a different link, but hopefully I can stay with you to see things as they come in. But yeah, I think it's a fair result in the end. An excellent comeback from Flamingos. Pelham started well, but I think it's a fair result and the final
So
whistle.
can you not see the screen?
I can see it intermittently, like very, very. So I won't be able to read off there. So I'm going to try
Mm.
and get the link from on. Otherwise, it's just going to take a while to get back on. Hopefully, you can still hear me.
Yeah, so you can always join Zoom off your phone or something potentially as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get on from YouTube and see. So if you can still hear me on this, I'll stay on this method for now.
Yeah, that's all right. Uh, Thoughts on your theory about your strongest 11 now? Was that your strongest 11? Well, Penza was missing. Which is Rory's makeup. We've got here a thigh injury in the black screen, dearie me. A thigh injury, 11%. He may be out for a little bit of time, or he may just need a good rub from someone. Let's get into the next match, and it does go to our game. We'll leave the other one for last, if that's the way it's got to go. Can you see stuff, Quinton?
Yeah, I can see stuff. I can see you've just gone to my squad now. Yeah, so I
And now
might be
we're
a bit
clicking through,
delayed
so
because
that's all right.
I'm watching on the other way. So we'll see how we get on. Jojo's unhappy. That's what I can see. That's worrying me a bit.
I think I've offered him a contract. Yeah, he has been offered a contract. He's good. Yeah, so the team for today, you have got three at the back. Dimble, good night. Thank you very much for being there. The game doesn't like it when you don't what? Yeah, anyway, so yeah, would you suggest that this is your strongest team at the moment?
Yeah, but possibly. I said that the change I was going to make that I forgot to submit with my team was Dybala out for Jojo. I was going to try that because Dybala's not done an awful lot. But other than that, I would say, yeah, probably along the lines of my strongest team.
He's on 767. He's done a decent job, as
Oh,
it
he's done
is
better than
there.
I expected. I haven't watched too much of him to be fair. And I can't see the chat anymore, by the way. So if anything comes up interesting there, then let us know. But yeah, he's doing all right to be fair to him. So I hadn't submitted it anyway, so I'll have to wait till next week. But we'll see how we get.
Yeah, we'll
Like you
see.
might get replaced. Other than that, yeah, there's a few people pushing for start. So Romeo's, I think he's only got one goal so far. So again, we'll see how he gets on tonight, and we might give Mashangaziki a try at some point if he don't get a goal.
There we go. So Mashangazike, has he got a goal? Yeah, I can't remember. I've just clicked on him and didn't even look. Team for Mega Horse today, just the one change to the entire setup, and that is that Yushkoviak is back from injury and steps in for Driller. Other than that, the first team, I believe, is unchanged from before. And Ulf Kirsten captains the side. He's there with 4 goals, Gramosis with 3, and Bart Hoare it is with 4 assists, the top assisting player in the division as it stands so far, keeping Jörg Burma out of the team. Anything of note for this side for you?
No, I mean Ho's an excellent player, isn't he? I mean he's in his assist
Or is a
machine, or
player?
Burma is if he's out at any point. And I suppose I've got the other left-sided German-based player who provides assist, haven't I? The one that stands out for me and your team is obviously big Jurgen at the back, but I think you've probably got one of the strongest starting lineups of the division in terms of just a general average. I mean, I've got a couple of excellent players like Ziriberto, for example, and Martin Larson in theory who don't play so well, but I think you've got some real strong all round players, and
Yeah,
Ulf Kirsten's
I
obviously
would
doing the
probably
back of that.
liken the team to the Boston lineup in terms of ability.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, you've done your ratings anyway on the division, haven't you? So it's yeah, I'll be happy with the draw. I think in this one again, I'm going to say 1-1 maybe this one, but I could see your team edging it rather than mine if there is going to be a winner.
And wonderful Leadersford goalkeeper there, Tybee, in goal for you. I mean, you're okay to have a bad game today. Kicking off this one, predictions. It's kicked off, but the predictions is 0-0, by the way, after 15 minutes nearly. Well,
You've
Marcelinho
just kicked off on my screen now, but I can hear you. That's the main thing.
That's all right. We're 20 minutes in. Zeriberto's coming forward with a chance, and Nakamura is towards Kerr. Jensch gathered the ball, and then going forward, it's Ulic missed. What a goal! What a goal! Oh, it's not really a goal. It's 0-0. And it's Larsson. He's coming off injured. 31 minutes in. And
bring Filipescu on in that case. Then if
he
there's
has
an
a
injury,
knee injury, and Filipescu is.
Do you know, that's the first game he's performing quite well. He's got an 8, hasn't he? Whereas he's been terrible before. So
and stuff
I think he might need to see a surgeon. I would do a physio report on him after this because he's probably going to have to get put down.
Well, let's just run one with Kenneth Carlson. Nicholas Adolfsson, he'd actually be better, wouldn't he? Nicholas Adolfsson physio report will come to you after the game. Mike Savage going for 9-6 to Megahorse in this one.
Yes, it's a bold show, isn't it? But
half an hour in, 0-0. And how else are we getting through on this? It's all chance of collision to Kirsten. Kirsten has missed the target. And then Kirsten is again who comes towards the goal. And he's had one disallowed now. He's on it. Romeo's put one just wide. Coming towards half time. They give 4 minutes of injury time announced 4 minutes before half time. And it is 0-0 at the break. And there is not really anyone apart from Martin Larsson who's above a 7.
Yeah, it's one of them first halves again, isn't it? Where players aren't performing well individually, and if they are, they're going to get taken out.
That's horrendous shooting from Megahorse. None out of 5.
No, that's excellent. That's just what they need, really. We've only had one shot, haven't we? So we could perhaps do with a slight change up at 60. But if everyone's fit enough for my players at this point, then we'll keep going.
Everyone's 90 plus.
Yeah, that's fine for me then.
And 15 passes out of 15 for Larsson, 1 out of 1 tackle. It was key. 3 out of 3 headers, and 2 were key. For Megahorse here at 87%. Kirsten, I've got to leave until 60 minutes. That's the advantage to having the 60-minute subs, giving them another chance. It's been all right. Echendu has been absolutely key there since he's got on the back. The Megahorse shirt does have Echendu on the back of the shirt. It is a masterclass. It's not been the greatest first half. A chance coming forward again. Kirsten, it's a good save from Taibi this time. Kastajic forces another save, and Megahorse, not for the lack of trying, cannot get through into the lead. And then going for Zeriberto Kerr, he's missed the target, and the subs will happen now. You've got Nakamura up to an 8. Everyone else staying at 6s and 7s. And he thinks Paul Ince is on 86%. He's doing okay. Zeriberto and Umit Davala also on 86%. I'll go back to your ratings for you.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'll go to a back 4 with Goran at left back, Umit at right back. Stick Zeriberto up in attacking mid with
who's going to left back?
Goran Bunjacevic.
Oh yeah. And
Zeriberto can go alongside Nakamura, both running towards the striker, and bring on Mashangaziki for Romeo.
So, do they want runs? Both runs towards the striker, or centrally?
Runs towards the wing back position. Those 2 attacking midfielders running just alongside Romeo.
What, runs wide?
No. Straight. Just straight.
Yeah.
Straight.
Who's got straight lines?
The attacking mids?
Yeah, I've given them straight lines now.
No, as in forward straight.
Yeah, they are now. You'll see it.
Right, okay. You're 10 seconds behind me.
I'm in front.
No, you're 10 seconds behind, but the screen's different. And then Mashangaziki for Romeo, please.
Yeah, and that will be it. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
So Bunjacevic, Numit Davala, some short runs. And
you've changed the striker.
And the striker has changed. Yeah, good. Megahorse changes. It's not going so well rating wise. So Ulic will come off definitely. He's going to come off, and we're going to see. We're going to see 2 choices in this position. Yushkoviak, and no, it's going to be Ashvili. Is Kirsten injured? No, he's still worth a goal, maybe. Villy. It's not been the greatest performance, has it? Villy's going to come off for Sebastian, anyway.
You've not got much on the bench, have you? Number 18.
Nope, he's living up to his name. He didn't play very well in his match. He played, it's a goal, yes, really. He's come off the bench and scored. It's 1-0. Not sure who played the assist in. And a red card for Jurgen Kohler, taking them down to, they are going to need to put someone in centre back here, or alternatively go for the back. Right, what happens here? Condition wise, Ulf Kirsten is lacking, so Kirsten's going to come off and Milan Foucault's going to come on. He's going to join in defence, and Yashvili will play up front. And that's a massive line of players up to the striker there. Okay, so Kohler sent off. That is not great news there.
It's a great performance from Jurgen. Well played, Tim. He's done really well there.
helping you out as before. So Mitavana coming forward. Chance says Nakamura involved. The yellow card for Kaluzhny as well. The 3 subs have been made for Megahorse, so don't want to be losing another player. It's a red card, and it's Master Echendu who's gone off as well. I can now play 2 at the back if I want to at 9 men.
Oh, I thought you'd taken the mick, because I still haven't got that
he
red
has
card
gone.
yet.
He has gone. I had 2 red cards, and that is Kohler and Echendu, the names on the shirts of the Mega Horse shirts of the players. Fantastic there. Great news. So 2 at the back for the rest of the game. Will it make a difference? Nakamura's come close to scoring. It's the first time we've had 2 players sent off, I think, for a team in the Swemp in its entirety. And play out the rest of the game. 1-0 full time. 9 men, 2 suspensions coming up there. That's going to be hitting the team quite.
I think we're missing a trick there that I couldn't go more attacking in response to your 2 red cards. But yeah, I think you've deserved to win on the shots before.
8 shots, 3 on target. Yeah, it's strange match. Fortuna. It was a good game, but strange game. Very, very strange. Koei, man of the match at an 8 there. Freda playing well, putting in lots of tackles. Paul Ince did a decent job. There's no real letdowns for your team, is there? You know, Zeriberto and Bunjevich playing 6s, which isn't usual, I suppose.
Just a shooting, I guess. As I say, once you go down to 9 men, you'd expect a few more shots in, but I guess my formation wasn't attacking enough. It just didn't change from there. So it's just need to start getting a few more shots, so maybe a little change to something a bit more adventurous.
It was something brought up actually in Super League last night with the if someone gets a player sent off, the other team can't go more attacking. But yeah, it's I suppose it's the way it's just been, and it would make things more complicated.
They're the rules as it stands out. So
Echendu had made 4 tackles, won them all, and they were all key, and then getting himself a red card there. So just check what the red cards were for before we move on to the
professional foul. Match. I think Echendu, looking at it, and Collas was a dangerous 2-foot.
Poorly timed 2-footed challenge. I think that might result in a bigger ban, and it's a hard tackle there on this, so they might both. It is professional foul though. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Maybe a 1 and a 3 potentially. I'm not sure, but not great.
8 games for both, I think.
Well, Heinlich's on a 9-match ban, isn't he? So there's plenty of stuff to go for on this team. Anyway, Sprungfeld versus Grove is going to be good. If they draw, they're the top. Then they drop to 2nd and 3rd, don't they, of course, because Boston have got 4 wins from 4. Chris Bart-Williams, he has wanted a new challenge, and his new challenge today is playing sweeper for Sprungfeld.
Yeah, him and his small feet, Chris Bart-Williams, so he's
good.
It's a good technical player. Hopefully he plays well in sweeper position. It's an interesting one with the run. I like it. Excellent tactical innovation there from Savage.
Yeah, it's definitely innovative, and Danny Murphy, or Bleeding Gums Danny, playing off Ronaldo, is going to be a good one to see what happens here. And
it's usually Bleeding Ears Danny, isn't it, when everyone else listens to him? Never mind Bleeding Gums.
If the Imperials win, the Intercity Hotel Munich will be woken up. And they'll all be munching on midnight snacks, I guess. So Patrick Berger's been offered a new contract. Darren Anderson wants a new challenge, and so does Laurent Robert. This season in the Swemp, there's been a lot more people wanting new challenges than last season. And there's been a few bids for players for the first time ever as well. So it's a strange one. But no changes to anything else. Grove, usual formation, and same starting lineup as usual, I think, as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting. It's been working, hasn't it, this formation so far? But there's not. Well, I was going to say there's not an awful lot in centre mid. There's nothing in central mid. So you'd expect some teams to get a bit more of the ball and a bit more passing than these. But I don't know if they're directing their approach Grove, but it gives them plenty going forward. It's just other teams could potentially dominate the ball and get on top.
Well, prediction for this one then.
I'm going to say 2-1 Sprungfeld, I think.
2-1 to Sprungfeld. We'll see what everyone else is thinking. Perloff Store refereeing again for a match tonight. And let's get going on this one, our final match of the day. Johnson, Brian Carlson has scored early on. Carl Carlson, he's having a great season so far. It's a penalty, and Barthez has saved a penalty. That might be Yakubu because he's dropped to a 5. So what's a start to this match? The first 10 minutes with 2 great chances there. What a save it was from Barthez. Barros has had a good chance saved by Barthez. And going forward again, he's on an absolute roll, Barthez, this game. He never played like that for Thingamajiggy, my old team. But it's been a goal, an equaliser from Patrick Berger, and an injury to Saul Campbell. Can't remember the old team. Stackington, of course. Saul Campbell, I assume, here. I don't know what to assume, to be honest. Sean Davis going to play centre back. At least Stu's here. Smirty centre back, or 4 at the back. It's hard to tell what's going to happen. What would you do?
Yeah, I think I'd go 4 at the back potentially because Zivkovic and Curtis can both play centre back, can't they? So Finnan and maybe Davis filling at right back, or you could even have Smertin at right back, can't you? But there's not many defensive options on the bench there unless you stick Big Shaka at centre back.
He has gone for a 3 with John Curtis into the middle and Sean Davis on at the right of the 3 at the back. But yeah, he could have been a back 4, I suppose, Finnan and Davis wide, yeah. But we'll see how they get on at 1-1. Lots to talk about there as I just stumbled over forgetting the Stackington team name. Yakubu with a chance. Barthez has made another save this time from Defoe. There's been so many chances for Grove. It's incredible. I mean, I don't know if it's going to all show up, but another save, a block from Mark Williams this time. And then it's all been Grove since the goal for Sprungfeld, strangely enough. And another chance maybe before half time. Ronaldo's put one wide down at the other end. It's 1-1 at half time. Curtis and Smirty are on 5s, as is De Flandre. It's a really strange match when Barthez is up on a 9, and there are 4 8s in the Grove team. 11 shots, 9 on target.
Yeah, it's been interesting, hasn't it? Sprungfeld, like you say, got the early goal, but Grove have been on top. Yakubu's missed penalty. I mean, he should do better really with that. But 9 out of 11 shots on target for Grove tells the story, doesn't it? Sprungfeld have looked second best so far, but again, it's one of those where teams have performed better the second half so far tonight. So you wouldn't back against Sprungfeld at this point either. They could quite easily turn this round.
Yes, yeah, these are the 2 of the top teams in the division for a reason. So it's going to be an interesting second half. If we keep seeing what we're seeing in that first half, there's going to be lots more shots. Just going over to the Sprungfeld side for a quick look at how they're doing. The Flandre on a yellow, a card, a 5, 1 tackle out of 5. And Ronaldo very, very quiet up front, 2 shots off target. Danny Murphy was with the assist for Carlson with the goal. So Stu is going for a back 4, and he is going for the situation there of Davis and Finnan. Anderton is going to play centre mid, and I assume that's what we're looking for. Any other runs, just let us know. It's like a pie sort of formation going on. Yeah, and for Sprungford, would you make any changes if you were managing either team?
Yeah, I think Sprungfield could potentially mix things up. I mean, there's five players in that lineup outfield who've got five passes or fewer, which isn't a great half.
Not really.
Deflandra's got a bookie and a five, so he'd be the one I'd go for out of the lineup, and maybe try something bit different. Nelson Cuevas with his pace might be interesting to come on, although Carlson's doing well in a similar position. But yeah, something needs to change a little, I think.
So he's actually gone for Murphy off and Sahar on, pushed him up front to partner Ronaldo. So we'll
Well, who
see.
am I to question Mr. Savage when he's performing so well? But Murphy's one of only three sevens, isn't he? So it's a bold move, and again, it's what we like to see. So yeah, let's hope it pays off.
And just that note there, it's Bart Williams is doing the run from sweeper to if everyone is in the middle, just checking that one. Sweeper to attacking mid. So a bit like a Luis Enrique run or a Said one further back, but not quite the Luis Enrique run. Nedved running into the middle. Is it to the middle of the strikers or is it to the middle like attacking mid? Just wait for that one and then we'll push on to the second half. Done. There we go. Excellent. So, this one will be interesting to see where it goes with the rest of it. It's 1-1 as it stands. The second half has started with a bit of pace so far. There's definitely chances, and Defoe has made it 2-1, a rebound from the Yakubu chance. And it's going to be going to subs at 60 minutes with a penalty. Penalty was turned down, and Defoe was given a lecture from the referee for diving, but not booked. So Dario Silva is coming on for Yakubu, who's improved from a 5 to an 8, but he is going to come off. We'll see if there's any other subs required. Fitness-wise, 84, the lowest at Steve Finnan. And for Sprungfelt, we've got fitness-wise Ronaldo down at 81. That will be an injury. Yes, it's a potential shin injury. And then ratings-wise, Ronaldo's also on a 5. You'd get him off, wouldn't you, surely?
Yeah, I'd bring Nelson on just for something a bit different, a bit more pace, and
For a laugh.
the Grove centre back Zivkovic and Curtis run a 6 and a 5, so they're not playing particularly well. They've had it easy so
Yeah,
far
and
against
Cuevas does have a
Ronaldo.
lot of
So
pace.
he's what?
He's got a lot of pace, Cuevas, hasn't he? So he could...
Yeah, that's the thing about him. Yeah, he's got plenty of movement, so it's just a bit of a different challenge. And Curtis and Zivkovic don't have a lot at all.
No, so Ronaldo off for Nelson. Is he going to play in that same position? Just give us a done again. Straight swap, sorted. Good.
With Nelson up alongside Saha, it's very close to his catchphrase as well, which is nice, isn't
it? Oh, wonderful. It's almost like it's a Simpsons related team, isn't it?
Simpsons.
The Imperials.
The ones.
Anyway, I think the straight swap must be the only swap. If anything else does come up, we'll stop it quickly. I don't think it will. It's a 60.
Mike might have made a sub.
minutes.
Can you read the chat properly?
I believe I've read it properly. Chance Cuevas. Oh, Duff, it is. It's offside, though. It's being disallowed. Oh, Mike Duff. It wasn't. Cuevas has scored. It's 2-2. Nelson Cuevas. Is he going to have the last laugh? And we're going to 15 minutes just under to go. Dario Silva. It's 3-2. What a game this has been. Coming forward again, looking for a chance. Saha's missed the target. And late chances could go either way. This one, 3-2 as it stands. Chance, one last one maybe forced. For what they call Sprungfelt. Forget the names, they're right there on the screen. Grove coming forward one more time. Then it's go back up the other end. Chance is a good save made from a free kick. And into the last minute of the game, chance. And it is full time. It's 3-2 to Grove. Darren Anderton, man of the match. Again. Now, that's his second time this season for Darren Anderson as man of the match.
Well, he's showing his quality, isn't he, after his transfer from the Wanderers of Wolverhampton. Yeah, three assists before this game. I don't know if you managed to pick one up in there, but yeah, excellent performance from Grove. I think they deserve to win. Looking at the player ratings, there's only Nelson for Sprungfeld.
14 shots on target.
Well, that's yeah, it's excellent performance from them against such a strong team in Sprungfeld as well. So yeah, they could be really pleased with that. And obviously that hotel's going to get woken up, isn't it? All the residents in there.
Yeah, I mean, you've had some good games, especially towards the end there with the Grove versus Sprungfelt game, and also the Flamingos and Pelham match. Particularly interesting tonight, and we've had some strange formations. Grove, look at that for their efforts today. Lots of people being very successful with tackles. Smirteen aside, and look, that's not 13 aside. It's not rugby league. Darren Anderson with an
Smart.
assist in the lousy March weather, and Dario Silva coming on getting his customary goal as a sub. He had everything for them. And Sprungfelt, yes, Cuevas came on, got himself an 8, the best player in the team by the end of the match, and Mike Duff only getting a 6, but what might have been if he didn't have his goal disallowed.
Yeah, it was a very good game, very entertaining for the end. So the looking at the Sprungfeld player ratings, no one's covered themselves in glory other than Cuevas, who's made a case to be starting another time with his half-hour performance. But yeah, fair play to Grove. It's opened things up a little, hasn't it? And left Boston at the top, like you say.
Boston and Grove, the top two. And will Grove
Yeah.
actually be holding on? I think Boston will go ahead on goal difference. You might be right with that. Uh, Stu's walking up people. Let's have a quick look at the table. It is Boston top by 1 goal. They've scored 8, conceded 1 to Grove's 10-4 record. Sprungfelt also have a 10-4 record, but have dropped down to 9 points. It's a goal, a goal scored more than Megahorse in 4th, and Dangley's 1 goal further back on also on 9 points, but +5. Badgers up to 6th. Fortuna only dropping down to 7th, so not the end of the world there. And still with a positive goal difference. That's something you had a lot last season, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I maintained positive. Well, I did at the end. I think it was maybe only 1 week when I went negative, but yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm a sort of a middle of the road team, I think, in terms of overall squad depth. So I'd be happy to finish in 7th as long as I'm above that dotted line near the bottom, not the one at the top. Then I'll be quite happy.
Following now from that, Flamingos up to 5 points. Aussie's Dream down to 4. Blues getting a win, moving out of the bottom 3. Pelham in 11th on 2 points. Then the bottom 3, Divisionally slipping down into 12th place. They have a goal though. Gondor on 0 and Red West Pacific -14 goal difference now. Will they Flamingo it up this season? Old school Flamingos, not the new ones. Thank you to everyone for joining. Of course, we'll take a quick look at the reminder of the results for tonight. Plenty of goals. Yeah, so what we got 14, 18, 19, 24 goals in the 7 games, so plenty of entertainment. And in terms of the fixtures for next time, Boston Badgers, there'll be a good one. Megahorse Sprungfeld, so a battle of 2 teams on 3 wins so far. Fortuna Flamingos, sounds like a team. Gondor versus Dangleys. I mean, that was last season's basement battle in Division 2, but a totally different prospect this time round. Aussie's Dream and Red West Pacific. And then Pelham versus Blues, 2 teams, very different style teams. Blues just picking up some form. And Divisionale versus Grove. You confident for the Flamingos game? I mean, Pens is possibly back.
No, not really. They've shown they're capable of scoring goals. I think if my team can start having some more shots, hopefully we'll get a positive result. But I don't think there's many games you can go into the season confident. I mean, even that bottom where it's Original against Grove, there's quite a discrepancy in terms of league positions. But you wouldn't back against Original to get a result in that one either. There's I think anyone can beat anyone. That's the magic of Division Two.
So Bat Ho and Adrian Mutu top of the average ratings there on 9, which is going really well for them. And just down below that, we have got quite a lot of players doing a particularly great job. Lots of 8 pluses at the moment. Sjoerd Rensen is in there from Aussie's Dream. Goals wise, we've got at the top of the leaderboard, it's Zowley on 5. Setting the world alight, and then of course, where should it be in Dangley's if he was doing that? Kirsten Hughes, so there's a massive queue of players now with some goals.
Can we just mention that Kawaguchi was in goal for Team of the Week?
Was he?
Yeah, despite the 4-0 loss.
And he got an 8. It's pretty good. Yeah, he's not doing too bad there, has he?
Yeah,
Good
so fair
shout,
play
good
to him.
spot.
He's done all right, hasn't he?
Assist, Bart Hoare tops away, Darren Anderson is second. So he made the assist for the goal today, Bart Hoare. But yellow cards, Firmani, Kaluzny, West and Bowyer, all on 3. And then the red cards, I mean, look at that. This is only 4, and 3 of them are Mega Horse players.
Dirty mega horse. But Jurgen Kohler's got a couple of assists at least, so at least he's redeeming himself in that regard, isn't he? He's had a
Yes,
busy
a
season so
rather
far.
strange season so far for him. And man of the matches, Anderton and Emre, 2 apiece. I will save this. I will look towards when the cup games are. I think the cup games are probably after the league games. The cup games are next Saturday, so that will be on next Monday night show. And just to check on the Swedish Cup. The Cup comes first. So, just a quick look there. Boston, Megahorse, Badgers, Gondor, Sprungfelt. If I can get teams in, I will put something up there. If I can get your teams in by Wednesday night, I'll either play them late Wednesday or play them on Thursday night. It'll be just one of those quick ones where I'll just play through the games and get those on. The cup is just not as important as the league. We haven't got quite enough going on time-wise this season. Great show. Catch you again later as Mike Watch Division 1 Thursday and see how the Paupers League fares. Yes, Stu, great to see you on tonight. It's good to know you've got a bit more time in your hands at this time of year. So is that CP Boston versus Erland Johnson's brother?
That's right. Yep, correct. It's which is Jakob Kjellberg, just with a different surname.
Different. Oh, like the
and country.
Yeah, there was a good one the other day about was it Phil McCann, the guy doing the petrol report, and then someone said
Petrol. Yeah, that's
his
it.
brother's name is Phil McCavity. He's a dentist, and why would somebody's brother have the same first name and a different surname?
Well, we both have the first name Megahorse, don't we? So
True.
That's,
True, that's right. So yeah, a reminder of those. The cup games will be played midweek. I will do them out quickly. Could tag them onto Division 1 show, but possibly not. Not the one show. Anyway. And, yep, thank you very much, Quinton, for tonight.
You're welcome. Yeah, thanks everyone. Good night.
And thank you to everyone else for joining. Good night.